Hey guys,
I saw that you're live.
welcome to another live. We decided to pick a different place in the house. It's a little more comfortable. Had a long day today, so we are doing our live from the couch.
That's okay. Nice plain background.
All right, so week 4 of St. Patty's themed movies.
Oh, okay. What's the next
Does
one?
that surprise you?
Yeah,
It is March still,
I can't believe it's already been that long.
and guess what? We have one more week of it.
I'm gonna have to watch some. Hey, you have to tell me what you watch.
He's going out of town this week, so we might have different movies that we talk about next week. So it might be me talking about one and him talking about the next one because we might watch different ones. I don't know. We'll see
Maybe
how that
I'll
works out.
maybe I'll just put some random content out there.
No, don't do
I
that.
mean, movie related. Because
Okay.
I didn't put out a Friday faves last week.
So it's anybody's guess what you'll have next week in our live. Okay, so I think we both watched all the movies this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
they were actually good movies.
Yeah. So the first one is I don't know why. I was in a Lindsay Lohan kick. So we finished last week's with a Lindsay Lohan movie. And the first
Which
one
which
it
one was
was
which one was it?
Irish Wish.
Last week?
Yeah. Which I was excited about, and then I was kind of eh with it. I didn't think it was terrific.
I can't remember what happened with that one. That's okay.
That was the one where she was the editor for a book
Oh,
writer, and she thought she loved him, but then that's not who.
oh, that's right. Okay,
And a wish maker showed her. Anyway,
yeah.
if you want to check that one out, go back. Sorry, I sound like I'm losing my voice. It's still trying to come back after being sick. But so the movie that we watched this time was called Just My Luck from 2006.
It looked like somebody was having really good luck all the time, and looks like somebody
Yeah.
was always
So
having
Lindsay Lohan's character
just a good lucker.
had good luck all the time. And then there was this guy who had bad luck all the time.
So good luck, as in, I mean, she scratched off a lottery ticket.
Everything in her life just worked out perfectly. So she just had it all. And the other guy, everything in his life just went so wrong. It showed a day in his life, and it's just like one catastrophe after another. Just
Murphy's Law followed them around.
Yes, just funny stuff. Then they meet each other and they kind of like each other and they kiss, and then the roles switch.
Oh,
So then,
okay, I guess I didn't catch all of it.
yeah.
With you.
So then she becomes the unlucky one, and he becomes the lucky one. So it was kind of a role reversal kind of thing. Well, then she had to try to figure out how to get her luck back, how to reverse the roles and get it back. So the movie kind of plays out where she's trying to figure out how to do this because then everything's going wrong for her.
She run into him. Say, hey, let's run into each other.
Yep. Well, they didn't run into each other, but she realized she had to kiss him again to get her luck back. And so then she ended up falling for him anyway. And then it was kind of every time they kissed, it would go back and forth.
Really?
So they kind of shared the luck. So it was kind of a cute little love story movie.
It's a more recent one, right?
It's 2006. So no.
Really?
Yeah, she's young. She's young in this one.
Oh, the other one was the more recent one.
Yeah. I wonder if I could set this down. I feel like I'm making this wobble a lot, but I didn't want.
The Irish Wish. No, yeah, the Irish Wish was the Irish.
The kids' names in the background, though. So
we'll hold it.
You hold it.
I hold it
that way.
Extreme close up.
Sorry, you guys.
Extreme close up.
The couch is comfy, but we got to get our bearings here.
Okay, I'll try.
No, it's got to be a better angle. It's got to be. Do you not know how to hold a camera, Mr. Photographer?
Here, like this.
Hi.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Okay. No, you're gonna make everybody seasick.
I'm trying to. There we go.
Put it somewhere. So you're not holding it. Oh my word.
Where am I gonna put it?
Okay.
I hold
not
it
there.
Where?
It's wobbly.
Should I get a stool?
That'd be cool.
I'll get a stool. Stools are cool.
Oh my word. We'll get it together. Hey Miyoko. Oh man. All right, so that was the first movie. The second movie that we did was a kids movie. It's not necessarily St. Patrick's Eve themed at all. But it has Wish. So there's that, right? So
Whoops.
there.
Now
Now we're not wobbly.
stabilization.
Okay.
Hey, Grimm's Forge.
Side. So anyway, the second one, it's still not a good angle. Okay. Well, that's fine.
Who's Ra? Ra. Ra. See?
Okay. So the movie is called Wish Dragon from 2021.
This was good.
It was good. And I think the kids had seen it before, but we hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen it. But it was good. If you want to talk about this one.
So this is kind of, it's similar to an Aladdin story where you have somebody who is, let's say the royalty in the royalty position, and the other one is in the peasant position. This looks like it. I don't know where this takes place. I guess that's kind of irrelevant. But they were friends in the same Podunk neighborhood, and so he was still there, living his life, and he still liked her. And he ran across this teapot that had a genie in it, and so he was granted some wishes, and then he made a few wishes, and one of them was to be rich, so that he would be able to get into this party to see this girl that he likes. And then he would tell the genie, "Oh, I'll just be myself, and she'll remember who I am, yada yada yada." And then he carries on the lie for a while, and I don't think she realized it was actually him for a while.
Did eventually.
Mm-hmm. And then, what else? What
all
was
this
the
time
other
the Wish
conflict?
Dragon was kind of giving him tips and kind of telling him, what you think you want is not necessarily what you want.
Because he's seen a whole bunch of masters, come and go, and
he himself thought that money and riches was the key to happiness and the key to life. And in the story, and he was human, and he was an emperor, a very powerful emperor. And when he was killed, he went to the pearly gates in front of the gods, and they kicked him out and said he wasn't worthy to get in because he hadn't lived. He had done everything he could just for money and power, and didn't care about the people that he was hurting along the way.
So is that when they cursed him to the teapot?
So they cursed him into the teapot.
Okay.
And said that he didn't deserve to get through the gates.
Yeah.
So.
And so there was also a deal where they had to contend with Big Boss Man, who wanted the teapot for ultimate power. And he had the Midas touch. Everything that he touched turned to gold.
Yeah.
And so eventually,
well, because he wished that anything he touched would be gold.
Yeah, and then
so his hand became gold.
He touched himself on his chest.
Yeah, but then that killed him.
Right. Yeah, it killed him. Yeah. Oops. Maybe not the thing to wish
for. Not everything that you think you want is literally what you want.
Yeah.
So this movie made each of the wishes very literal, so that they realized the depth of what they were wishing for. And so it just kind of showed that if your wishes are shallow, you're going to get shallow things from it, and you're not going to get. He didn't touch himself on purpose. So that was the thing. He was fighting the dragon.
Yeah.
Because the dragon was trying to keep him from hurting the boy. And he touched the dragon, and the dragon turned to gold. Well, then the boy knocked him off the dragon, I believe. And he was reaching to do something and ended up touching himself. And so he turned to gold. Well, then when he fell, he shattered.
Like a T-1000 shattering
once it hit the ground. So Yeah. It was kind of sad in that sense that his wish was so shallow, and then in the end it ended up killing him, and he didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah, Miyoko had a good question. Why would he touch himself? I mean,
Yeah.
it's funny that usually in stories like that, um, the people that have the power seem to be immune to their own power.
And this one showed that they're not.
Yeah.
That it can have a negative effect on them. So you want to be careful what you wish for.
So what
That's basically
other Wish movies were Bedazzled, and so
that one kind of showed similar. Yeah.
he was very liberal
Literal.
with his wishes,
Mhm.
and the other one is Bruce Almighty, where
Yeah.
he played the role of God, and he got tired of answering everybody's prayers in email, so he just said yes to everybody. And when everybody got what they wanted, chaos just ensued. So
Mhm.
things happened for a reason.
So that was kind of the theme of this. In the end, the boy and the girl end up friends and kind of having a sort of a relationship together, which was good. Even though they were childhood friends, as they grew up, they were
a good family movie.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good movie. It had some good values in it,
and it's funny.
It is. It had funny parts.
I think
the dragon had a lot of sense of humor and a lot of he was good.
It was. I think I don't know who if this wasn't Disney. I don't know which this was, but it was nice. I felt like it had some originality to it. The story is not an original concept, but they did a good job.
Yeah, I don't know who put this out. It's on Netflix, so yeah, it's not Disney.
I mean, it's got a 7.2 on IMDb, which is
and I forgot we
didn't
rate the last movie or this one, so we need to rate this one. I would probably, for its value, for its comedy, for how the kids liked it, I would probably give it a 7.5.
I think I'd give it an 8.
Okay. So there you have that one. Just My Luck. We forgot to rate that one. What would you give Just My Luck? It's okay. I would probably give it 6.5 or 7 for entertainment value.
Yeah, for the part that I saw, probably 6.5.
All right. So there you have our first two movies. Then the next one was it was a Rotten Tomato recommendation. So it was on a list of things from Rotten Tomato for St. Patrick's movies. So we thought, we'll give it a shot. It's called The O'Briens. So your first impression was that it seemed like a home video.
It seemed like a home movie, mostly because of the audio quality.
Yeah. So this was made in 2013. The quality wasn't a high quality movie, and it was basically about this Irish family who were split up. They lived in different parts of either Ireland, or one of the brothers lived in New York City. So they kind of were spread out all over.
This is a family reunion kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah. So their father invited them all to come home for, I forget even what holiday it was. It may have just been he invited them home. So they all come. All the siblings come with their significant others and kids. And it just kind of is
it's just family drama.
Yeah.
It's the whole movie.
So the gist of it is the dad was in a relationship with a new woman. His wife had died 2 years before, and he had met somebody else, and he had intentions to marry her. So he was going to introduce her to his kids. And that's how he chose to do it, was invite them all together so he could do it to them all, do it in front of them all together.
And everybody else has their own drama, if you will, at the time.
Yeah, so each of the families kind of have their own unique drama story. So the sister and her husband were kind of feuding, had some disputes, were trying to work things out, but weren't sure how. And their two kids, and having kids is stressful. Mm-hmm. And they had two young kids, and so it was weighing a lot on them, and they were kind of feeling the stress of raising toddlers. And trying to keep their relationship intact. So it was kind of a story playing that out.
I think they were considering a move too. So that was
they weren't really sure whether, because the husband had lost his job, and they were trying to figure out where they were going to be able to afford to live and where he could get another job. And they lived in Dublin, which of course is a big city in Ireland.
I think
So-
were they the only married ones?
Yeah, they were. And then one of the brothers, he's kind of known for wild and crazy relationships. He
So he
bring
brought,
home a different girl every year
Yeah.
kind of guy. And he, of course, had an American girl with him who had
Yep.
never been to Ireland,
So they're
didn't know
both from New
anything
York.
about the Irish. So she was kind of out of place
Think
in the
about-
whole picture.
think about the movie City Slickers. You got city folk coming to a rural place
Yeah.
and just thought the whole place was very dull and
Yes, she
boring.
told him, "Isn't it boring here? Don't you
Yeah.
think this is boring here?" And he's like, "What? This is beautiful. This is where I grew up." You know?
Yeah.
And I mean, for her to tell him that his home, well, the place that he considered home, is
Yeah, that kind of
boring
hurts.
and dull. I mean, he was like,
Like,
"Oh."
what are you talking about?
Right? So, yeah, he might like big city, but that doesn't mean you don't want to come home. You
Yeah.
know, there's always home is always. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
be offended too, and you kind of get that look from him. He kind of looks at her and is like, "Really?" So then there, you could kind of tell, okay, they are not going to make it.
Yep.
We knew right off from that.
She
That,
seemed very shallow.
She did,
Just-
and just very superficial. And
that's a better word.
he wanted something deeper, and you could tell that.
Yeah.
And then the younger brother,
Was
of
he the-
course, was
Was he the ball player?
no, the younger brother.
No, younger one. Was he?
Yes. So
Ah,
he was trying to figure out which orientation he was.
He had a
Who
secret.
he liked. So yeah, he never told the family that he was gay, but he was, and he actually went back to visit a past boyfriend
who had a
who
family?
had since gotten married to a woman and had a child, and told him to his face, "You were my biggest regret." I mean, another right? Who wants to hear that? You were my biggest regret. Sad. I mean, that would be sad.
That would
I was
hurt,
sad
yeah.
for him.
Because he said that they were together for 7 years. So that's not
That's a long time.
that's not insignificant.
And I mean, it would be even harder because they hid it for 7 years.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah, so harsh. So, so it was kind of, you get to where you're kind of feeling what they're feeling in their different situations. And so I liked that
I think
aspect of
that's
it.
what made that movie good. There wasn't necessarily
There was a reality to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I would compare it to, although very different, Boys in the Hood. There wasn't a coherent storyline. It was
I
just
get your point there.
it was just life.
reality. It was
just
their life. And you kind of feel how their life played out for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like there was a central love story or anything like that. Everybody had their own stories to bring to the table.
Yeah. And in the end, I'm not going to tell the whole story because I really think you should watch it. It's really actually pretty good.
Oh.
In the end, they all figure out where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
They all figure out what their happy ending needs to be.
So
And-
I guess that was the central theme.
Yeah.
They all come with their drama,
They
and then
come with their drama
and
and
they figure it
it
out.
out as a family together. They figure it
yeah.
out. So it was good. It's good. I would probably give it an 8. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Could it have been done better quality? Yes. But would that have really added to the movie? Probably not. I liked the way it was. I liked the way it was filmed. I like kind of the harsh film.
It was a first
With it.
impression kind of thing. So I watched things on how to produce short films, and they say good audio quality is one thing that could really kill a movie. And so you start to pay attention to those things.
I don't think the audio was bad. It was just kind of the like HD versus, it wasn't high def. It was standard def versus high def.
Yeah, and
It was just-
yeah,
Roughly filmed, but I thought I could hear it fine.
yeah. Oh, I guess I meant there was a lot of reverb in the room. Usually they kill the reverb,
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
especially in the house.
Anyway, so The O'Briens from 2013 is worth a watch in
We
our
recommend.
opinion.
Yeah.
All right. And then the last one we watched, yes, we only got 4 in this week. This week was a crazy busy week.
But they were
So
they
they were
good
4
ones.
good ones. They were quality ones. This one was Michael Collins from 1996, and this was also recommended on Rotten Tomato.
This was another historical one, like Belfast was.
Yes.
So based on the
And it had a
historical
lot of big
figure,
actors in it.
Michael Collins. It had Liam Neeson. So when I first saw him, I thought,
And
wow,
Julia Roberts.
he looks super young. And so this film was from '96, I think.
Yes.
Liam Neeson was 43 when he did this movie.
So the big names were Liam Neeson, Aidan Quinn, and Julia Roberts. So that's some big actors right there. You want to go ahead and talk about this one?
Yeah. So this was about the Irish people trying to gain their independence from Britain, right?
Yeah, so it was the Civil War, the Irish Civil War
against the UK.
And also the UK was trying to take control of parts of Ireland.
Yeah. So the Irish didn't want that, and so this Michael Collins character was commander of an army and was he
was one of the commanders in the Irish army.
Yes.
So he was trying to fight back the UK, and at the same time the Civil War was going on. So there was another group of Irish who was fighting him and his group. So he was battling on two ends. He was battling the UK and this Irish rebellion.
Because one group so the two Irish parties, one of them wanted complete independence, and Michael Collins was willing to compromise with a treaty that would lead to an independent Ireland. But that wasn't enough for the ones who wanted complete independence now. And so Michael Collins was also, they say he was one that kind of started or came up with, I guess, guerrilla war tactics.
Yes. Right? Yep. That's how it was. Yeah. Guerrilla war against the UK. So he
unconventional warfare.
He would go in and kind of like an assassin. He would go in and kind of assassinate some of the higher ups that were trying to provoke or get in between.
And then he raided with a group of people. I don't know if it was a police, but it was some kind of armory. And so Collins and a group of soldiers, I don't know, or soldiers or citizens, they came with torches. And
he was leading the Irish army. So the Irish army was who backed him up. Yeah. The other group of Irish was the rebellion, who they had a strong force as well. So at some of the times it was hard to tell which was which, because they were both Irish, but they were fighting each other. So it was.
And he was good friends with the one that was
head of the rebellion,
leading the rebellion. Yeah. And so when they
were fighting over the same girl.
Yes. And so when they ended up parting ways, it was really hurtful to the guy. And I think that was he's the guy that played in Harry Potter. What was his?
Oh, yeah.
What did you say he was in Harry Potter?
He was Slytherin's professor, for Slytherin.
I think he was, it didn't occur to me till the end, but I think he was the one that was narrating in the beginning of the movie. So even though he had a disagreement with Collins, he still thought highly of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because when he found out, I think when he found out that he died, it really, really broke him.
Yeah.
Because Michael Collins was led into a place.
He was led into a trap
to try to negotiate. But yeah, a group of kids from the rebellion had a good vantage point, and they took him out.
It was actually, a kid. Mm-hmm. They say he was a teenager.
Yeah.
That shot and killed him, and it switches scenes to his fiance trying on her wedding dress.
Yeah, and then she was.
But right after she was done trying on the wedding dress, she was presented with the fact that he was killed in battle. So
yeah,
of course she broke down, and it was sad.
Yeah.
So it was basically the life story of Michael Collins.
It was weird hearing Liam Neeson speak with an Irish accent.
Yeah, it was different for sure. But man, I'm loving the Irish accents this month.
Yeah. Then we should have a Scottish month.
We should. We should. I have this year all planned out, but maybe for next year we could do that.
Have to wait a whole year.
All right. So that's the 4 movies we have. So in review, we had Just My Luck from 2006 with Lindsay Lohan. We have The Wish Dragon from 2021, which is on Netflix. Great kids movie as well as adult stuff in it. Then we have The O'Briens from 2013, which is kind of a family drama, good movie. And then Michael Collins, which is kind of a war-based.
Yeah. Historic.
War-based documentary-ish. Not really documentary, but story of a life.
Yeah.
Of a life. So what did we rate? Did we rate Michael Collins?
No, we didn't rate it yet. I would probably give it 7.5.
Just My Luck. Let's see. You can watch that on... So I always check IMDb for that kind of stuff. It was on Hulu. So it's free on Hulu if you have that, or it's also on Tubi.
Yeah.
If you don't have Hulu, you can watch it on Tubi for free.
And you don't need accounts for Tubi or Plex.
Right, those are free. Well, Plex has a subscription side. Too. So Plex, it is on Plex also. So if you have Plex, you could do that. Prime, you'd have to pay for it. So Prime, it's $3.79. But
so I am, like she said, IMDb is a good way to see what's streaming where.
Yep, that's what we use for the most part. Roku also has a search where you can search through Roku and see where things are playing. So he uses that. I find that doesn't work for me as well, so I go to IMDb.
I don't know what was going on with Hulu.
Did we rate Michael Collins?
I just gave it a 7.5.
Okay, I would probably give it a 7. So I'm just hovering around 7 on all these movies this week. But they were all pretty good. So I would say they're all worth the watch. They all were unique in their own way and kind of different aspects of all of them this week.
Yeah,
so
these were...
We had a well-rounded movie week.
She picked out the categories, and the thing that's nice about going from month to month is that we are watching movies that we wouldn't think of, because we tend to pick the genres that we like.
I tend to pick comedies. He tends to pick horror.
And I have not watched any horror since October, which is weird.
And Leprechaun is on our list, y'all, but we got to pay for it. So
not paying for it.
I'm not sure it's worth that. So that may come later. Or not at all. He's a horror fan. He don't even want to watch horror movies.
They are the best. So I miss watching them.
I like horror movies to an extent. Like, I like ones that are not cheesy slashers. I don't
like the slashers.
I don't like the cheesy slashers, but
I like good suspense.
Amityville Horror, I liked that. Mm-hmm. That got me. That scared me.
Any paranormal ones?
Paranormal only got me because, y'all, I thought it was real. And then he enlightened me afterwards. This is not real, right? I thought it was home video.
She's referring to the original Paranormal Activity, which is really good.
But I thought it was real. So I watched this movie in a very different way than he did.
I wish I would have watched it the way she did.
I thought this stuff was actually happening to somebody. And when his stomach got torn open, okay.
Thinking, wow, we've never seen anything like this before.
I was in panic mode. So demons are real.
Yeah, go see Paranormal Activity.
And I thought for sure
that somebody actually
this poor man.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know that it was not real. So now I see the movie in a different light. But I had a very unique experience watching that movie.
Let's see if I end up catching any horror while I'm traveling.
Yeah. So I don't know what you're going to get from him next Sunday. It may or may not be within our topic. Mine, I will try to keep somewhat within the topic. It freaks me out when after I watch a horror movie, I see based off a true story. I know, because you think, man, there's no way this stuff can be real, but yeah.
Well, we watched a fiction.
Evil is very real, and it's very much out there. And
we watched Grudge at the Mills Mall.
Oh my word!
And then the theater was the last thing open, and the car was on the other side. Security guard.
We were still in college. We were still young. We were still trying to figure this.
This was not recently.
Trying to figure life out. So, yeah, a vacant parking lot.
And then
very dark.
yeah, and then we got home. And now we're hearing all the sounds, and we didn't want to go into the basement. It was dumb.
Yeah, so craziness. Okay. Anyway, so that was our week. That was
Yeah,
the
Grunge
4
got me
movies.
freaked out. Yeah.
Yeah. The second one didn't, because I already knew what to expect from the first one. So the second one, just like any second movie, they're usually meh. So it was kind of meh to me. It wasn't an
Except for
original idea.
Maverick. Maverick's the only second.
Okay. So you're right about that. Maverick was
Or Jaws
just
2.
as good as the first.
Jaws
as
2?
the first one. Was it as good?
No.
No. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we appreciate those of you that did and commented. Make sure that you share, like, subscribe, all of the things. We're trying to get our viewership back up again. We kind of are in a lull right now, so if you could share our stuff, we would love that.
I saw that we have another subscriber. We are at 224, folks.
Yay, thanks, guys. So we would love to get up to 250 by
Friday.
Okay,
Friday. You can make it
hefty
happen.
expectations.
Tell your friends.
If we could get that
Thanks,
sometime in
Hugo.
April, that would be awesome. Get up to 250. So, did anybody get all of the movie clips right?
And do we receive any emails? Did you see any emails?
I didn't get any emails, so you guys are missing out on free baked goods.
Yeah, so we'll
go back and watch it.
We'll have the count. We'll do the countdown again. I mean, that's going to be our intro anyway, so we'll just kind of keep it running until
somebody wins. So we didn't get the countdown up today. We were running kind of behind, but we should have the countdown back up and going next week.
And I think had I announced lemon bars at the time?
I don't know. So lemon bars are a choice.
You can either win lemon bars, 2 flavors of chocolate chip cookies, or blondies.
Miyoko, keep trying, girl. Go back on there and keep trying. Try to get them all if you can figure them out.
There's 50-something movies, so you can write it down.
You got time. So until somebody wins, and it might be a while before everybody gets them all, because somebody's bound to miss 1 or 2, and so then it's still open. So.
And I don't care how you figure it out. It's hard to figure out what movie a movie clip's from when it's so short.
I will say that most of those movies on there we've either reviewed, or talked about in some way. So if you follow our stuff, you're more likely to get it.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thanks, guys. We appreciate you. We appreciate you tuning in, and don't forget to watch our Tuesday viewing. There's our microphone. Hello. And then our Friday faves.
Bye.
Hopefully he'll get Friday faves up. He's got to travel this week for work, so
I'm gonna try to get a Friday fave scheduled.
He's gonna try to get it up, but hopefully he gets it up. If not, it might be Saturday, but hopefully he'll get it. Yeah. And then of course next Sunday at 9:30.
Yep.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. I guess okay.